I'm Steve Morgan, founder of Cybersecurity Ventures and editor-in-chief at Cybercrime magazine. As part of our ongoing coverage on cybercrime and cybersecurity, we recently spoke to several top experts. But before we check in with the CISOs, we caught up with Javad Malik, lead security awareness advocate at KnowBe4.
When it comes to employees within an organization that are not part of the security team, the question is often, are they an asset or a liability to security and to the organization as a whole? And it's like two sides of the same coin. With the right environment though, with the right culture, with the right tools in place, I think employees are your biggest asset because they're the ones that are in the front lines. When an email, like a phishing email, reaches that inbox, it's already bypassed all your mail filters and spam filters. And so then you're relying on that employee to actually be that defensive person in that equation. If you are of the mindset that they're a liability and you're not training them or investing in them or giving them the tools, then they're not going to know what to do with that. And you're just exposing your organization to more and more risk. So they can be your greatest asset.
In today's digital age, cyber threats are everywhere, and no one is immune, not even security leaders. To combat the increasingly complex threat landscape, it is essential for organizations to make use of every tool at their disposal, including, and perhaps most importantly, their employees. Paul Connelly, Chief Security Officer at HCA Healthcare, gave us his perspective.
I've met some CISOs who are so focused on technology that I think they overlook how important it is to get your workforce on board with you. In my last role as a CISO, I was at a large healthcare company, 280,000 employees. We looked at it as basically 280,000 potential points of entry for a bad guy. And we put a lot of focus on creating a culture in the company, educating the employees, whatever their role was, so that they understood what the crown jewels are, what role they play, what kinds of threats they need to be aware of. And I think it's a huge difference maker. You cannot just depend on technology.
In 2019, we interviewed Brett Arsenal, Corporate Vice President and CISO at Microsoft, who emphasized the power of collective strength in building a robust security team. He additionally stressed the need for every team member to comprehend their role thoroughly.
In my team directly, I would have 500 full-time employees, another 200 vendors that are responsible for the core, all the things that we protect. And then we federate with each line of business. So think of the Office team or the Azure team, and there's a dedicated set of security people there that then run against the same strategy and are accountable for the execution on that daily basis. So in total of those types of people, there are 3,500 people that reason over about 6.5 trillion events a day that try to protect the environment. I think that was probably one of the biggest changes for us, was making sure everyone understood their role in security, whether it was from the CEO to the new college hire.
While valuable assets, employees still pose the greatest security threat to organizations worldwide, regardless of whether they intend to do so, according to Asan Sheikh, SVP and Chief Information Security Risk Officer at IDB Bank.
I think 70 to 75% of the risk is the insider threat. If somebody gets a phishing scam or a phishing email, human error can cause that error to be exploited. From the social engineering campaign perspective, we are doing a heavy periodic phishing campaigns bank-wide. Not to mention that often we send threat advisories within the bank to make sure that, hey, if there is any threat that we have seen in the market, share that with the bank through corporate communication.
It's important to note that not every employee will be a security expert. However, Tom Quinn, VP and CISO at T. Rowe Price, reminded us that they don't have to be, so long as they're provided with the right tools and knowledge to safeguard themselves and their organization.
It's unfair to expect them to be cybersecurity professionals. They have their own day jobs to do. But if you can arm them with enough information that they can recognize when just something doesn't seem right, arm them with enough knowledge to know if you have a tool that's deployed, those two basic things can go quite a long way to helping people be active participants in cyber defense for our firm.
For more information on cybercrime and cybersecurity, including the latest facts, figures, and statistics which convey the magnitude of the threat we're up against, visit us at cybersecurityventures.com. This special production is sponsored by KnowBe4, the world's first and largest new school security awareness training and simulated phishing provider that helps you manage the ongoing problem of social engineering. To learn more about our sponsor KnowBe4, visit KnowBe4.com.